The 2021 ESET V4 Cup season moved into its second half at the end of July, with round 4 taking place in Grobnik in Croatia. The GT cars are always a highlight of every ESET V4 Cup weekend. Trevor Racing brought their well-known BMW M6. RTR Projects introduced their new KTM Crossbow GTX. And TCR Eastern Europe was also on the programme, with Michael Marquez starting the weekend as the championship leader. Gregor Zigo started from pole position in the first GT sprint race in the Trevor Racing M6 GTR, with Thomas Miniberger alongside him in the RTR Projects KTM Crossbow GTX. Everything looked set fair in great weather for a good start to the race, but immediately the race was red flagged after a collision that eliminated 2 touring cars. Gabor Kuzmati-Lechner for the Zengo Motorsport team and Zoran Kastratovic in his ex-World Touring Car Chevy Cruze were out on the spot. At the restart, Thomas Miniberger moved ahead of Gregor Zigo, KTM Crossbow GTX getting away with alacrity. But because the race was red flagged, they started again. Miniberger had to do it all once more. He passed the poleman again to take the lead and to build a gap. Later, Piotr Vera in the Good Speed Racing Mercedes AMG also found a way past Gregor Zigo's BMW to take the lead in the GT3 class. But Zigo was able to fight back ahead of Vera to take victory in the end. Vera settling for second in class, Zigo third overall, and Vera fourth.
Fantastic, the best circuit is our race. Unlike sunshine, I like place, like people, everything is fine. Race, I think I'm going better. I'm too fat. My condition is, you know, I'm not young. I'm very old.
Saturday's win was Gregor Zigo's first in a GT3 sprint race in the 2021 ESET Cup season, but his third podium result. Thomas Miniberger took the overall victory and won the GTC class. LMP class winner Jacek Zielonka was second, the pole driving a Radical SR8. Ferenc Fischer, Trevor Racing BMW GT4, finished third, the M4. Initially, it looked as though David Rizecki in the Bagheera Racing Mercedes AMG GT4 was heading for the class win, the car making its debut here in Grobnik. But after a tight battle, it was finally Matej Pavlicek in the RTR Projects KTM Crossbow GT4 who picked the Mercedes driver to the checkered flag. With his 6th victory in GT4 sprints this season, Pavlicek increased his championship lead by grabbing the win.
Souboj jsme si užili oba dva velice a náročný.
I think David and I probably both enjoyed that battle a lot. It was really tough. We fought right to the last minute of the race. In the end, I managed to get by him and win it, but we were battling for almost the entire race. And I'm looking forward to doing the same in the endurance race too. Gregor Zigo and Piotr Vera once more battled for GT3 supremacy on Sunday. Zigo again finished in first spot in the Trevor Racing BMW M6, Vera again in second. And once more, they were third and fourth overall. Thomas Miniberger repeated Saturday's overall victory in the RTR Projects KTM Crossbow. Once more, it was Jacek Zielonka who was the runner-up in the Radical SR8. Very happy, said Thomas Miniberger. Qualifying went well for us. We're trying a lot of different things on the car. We're changing the setup. Some of the changes work, some don't. This time it went well for us. The car's comfortable and fast, and we still see room for improvement. So we'll be looking forward to the next few races. In GT4, Franz Fischer again was in third place in Trevor Racing's M4, while Gregor Simonovic from Croatia, the Lima Racing Porsche Cayman GT, was ahead of him in second. But the win went to Alia Koloc, Bagheera Racing's AMG GT4 Mercedes, her first win in GT4 and the first for Bagheera Racing's new baby on its maiden weekend.
First race with the GT4, and I enjoyed it a lot. The start, I had a good start, but in the corners I didn't defend enough, but I kept close. I was trying to stay close with the guy in front of me in case he made a mistake, and then in the end he had a puncture, I think, I'm not sure, so then I managed to get in front.
In TCR Eastern Europe, Milovan Vesnic in his Audi took pole position for race 1. Karel Wittke of Germany, racing for Peter Fulin in a Cupra, started from second, with Bartosz Grosek in his Audi, car number 1, in third. TCR Eastern Europe Championship leader Michael Marquez started only 6th in his Cupra. At the start, Vesnic leapt away, while Grosek moved past Wittke for second spot. Vesnic maintained his lead in the early stages in the Audi, while the battle for second simmered behind. But the safety car was soon scrambled after contact between Lukas Stolaric and Sahel Secik left Cekic stranded on the track in his Audi. The hard-earned advantage was wiped out as the field bunched up behind. And at the restart, Vesnic again managed to hang on to the lead, but Grosek piled on the pressure. Karel Wittke in the closing stages was in third spot. Fourth place, Michael Marquez chasing him. Thomas Pekar in fifth position, car number 11. Cupra also threatening. But the status quo remained as Milovan Vesnic held on to win from Bartosz Grosek, Karel Wittke, Michael Marquez and Thomas Pekar.
Very hard. It's a very long race, and okay, this is a very dangerous season for me. Too much problems for my car, technical problems, and finally car working is perfect, and we will see. First race is good, and second race for me is very, very, very hard, because racetrack is not like Slovakia, not like Brno. This is a small race track, and we will see.
And the reason for his worry, the top 7 drivers from race 1 start race 2 in reversed order, meaning Petr Cicek for Fulin Race Academy started on pole for the very first time in his TCR Europe career. Alongside him on the grid, Sebastian Steibel in the Cupra, Thomas Pekar lining up third in his similar machine. The poleman didn't get away at all, his Leon's engine shutting down, but he did avoid a big collision which followed almost immediately, eliminating Lukas Stolaric in his Audi and Sebastian Kowalski in the Honda, as well as Zarko Knego in a Cupra. All 3 were forced to retire as the race was red flagged. And that meant a second chance for Petr Cicek from pole position as the race was restarted in their original positions. This time it went much better for Cicek, at least. He got away successfully, but further back there was another coming together. Sahel Secik retiring after contact with the Lima Racing Cupra of Giacomo Giamandi. The first start points leader, Michael Marquez, had taken the lead. This time he wasn't so successful. The Cupra driver fought a battle for third with Milovan Vesnic, the number 31 Audi, and 23 Sebastian Steibel, until a collision that saw all 3 off the track. Dramatic stuff, and Marquez was the only one able to continue. But the race director took a dim view of the incident, handing the Cupra man a 30-second penalty, which dropped him from 4th to 6th after the flag. A penalty, he said, was fair. Yeah, made a silly mistake in turn 1, battling with Milovan Vesnic and Sebastian Steibel. My wheels were off the track in the dirt. I completely locked up, pushed them both off. Unfortunately, they didn't finish. I'm really sorry for that. That's going to weigh heavily on my conscience. Sadly, it wasn't Pedasicek's day either. The poleman led for several laps but was forced to retire with technical issues. A grateful Thomas Pekar inheriting victory in his Cupra. And it was double delight for Pekar as the win propelled him back into the championship lead. We struggle with the car and we struggle with the weather a bit. I didn't expect to win here at all. Our results weren't the best before this race, so pleasantly surprised, very happy of course. It's really important points for the championship which we're chasing, but our rivals all have the same goal and they're doing pretty well too. So the points will really help and they give me the motivation to continue working harder.
Tyhle body mi hrozně pomohly k tomu, abych zase se nastartoval a měl takovou i tu trošku chuť pokračovat dál a makat dál na tom, aby to dopadlo, aby ten titul tam padnul.
As usual, the 1 hour long endurance race closed Saturday's schedule. Jakub Litvin of Poland and compatriot Jakub Zielonka started from pole position in their Sofix run Radical SR8. They had plenty of strong rivals battled up behind them. They took the lead from the start. The tenure of first place wasn't to last long as the Gregor Gigo and Denis Vacek Trevor Racing BMW M6 GT3 grabbed the spot early on and then once out front started to build a gap. The M6 was looking at the car to beat. It led the first part of the 1 hour enduro and they held on to that advantage through the mid-race pit stops, looking good to claim the win and further repair some of the damage done by their missed opportunities in Potsdam. The winner of both the sprint races, Thomas Miniberger, couldn't repeat that performance in the longer format race. Despite his best efforts, he had to settle for third place overall, but he was able to claim the win in GTC in the RTR Project's KTM Crossbow GTX. Overall and GT3 victory went to Gregor Gigo and Denis Vacek in the Trevor Racing BMW M6 GT3. Dennis saying it's my first race here for 2 years, so I had to really dial myself back in a bit. Definitely don't cut the curbs like we used to, so the laps are a little bit slower, but I like this place. It's a good fun circuit. Race turned out really well. Gregor had a great drive, the team worked really well, so I'm very happy. The GT4 class looked similar to Sprint Race 1 as the RTR Projects and Bagheera teams battled for victory. Matej Pavlicek and Eric Yanis flew the flag for RTR. UAE-based duo David Vrzecki and winner Elia Koloc in their Bagheera run Mercedes, hoping to repeat Elia's Sprint Race 2 victory. As in the earlier encounter, RTR Projects came out on top. Matej Pavlicek and Eric Yanis winning this longer battle too to claim their third endurance win of the 2021 season. And that is it from Grobnik in Croatia. Next time out, they're at the Slovakia Ring with their season's second visit to the Slovak Central Circuit. You can catch all the highlights here after the event on Eurosport.